Hello, I'm Mike, and today I'm showcasing a Brawl deck with Crucias, Titan of the Waves, and Bolas Citadel. Crucias is a legendary creature, human pirate, for 1 black and red. He's a 3/1 with, at the beginning of your end step, you may discard a card. If you do, create a treasure token and choose to seek a card with greater or lesser mana value than the discarded card. Citadel is a legendary artifact for 3 and triple black that allows you to play lands and cast cards from the top of your library by paying life. It also has the ability to tap and sacrifice 10 permanents to make opponents lose 10 life. Now, because Citadel has a mana value of 6, we can reliably pitch cards with lesser mana value to seek Bolas' Citadel into our hand with Crucias. Specifically, we only play cards with mana value equal to or below 3. And if we pitch any of the 3 drops to Crucias and choose higher, ambitious, we get Citadel. The deck is a 2-phase storm deck. In the first few turns, our main goal is to ramp and get Crucias out, and on turn 4 or 5 we are looking to cast Citadel and play out as many permanents as we can. The best win condition in this deck is Mayhem Devil. It deals 1 damage to any target whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, and we are aiming to do just that with the Citadel. We can also do similar amount of damage with Blood Artist-like effects, and we can have a couple extra boosts in Slickshot, Show-Off, Grape Shot, and similar. This is the best deck for scheming symmetry, as it allows us to put any card we need on the top of our library, and we can then immediately cast it with Citadel. The worst situation for us is to get stuck with a land on the top of our library, unable to play it with Bolas' Citadel, so the deck only includes 29 lands and 4 MDFCs, and we have a lot of top deck manipulation with Dragon's Rage, Channeler, Burning Prophet, Woe Strider, and couple self-mill and scry effects on different artifacts. Alright, thanks for sticking around. Now let's get to the gameplay.
Alright, here we are playing against Heliod, the Sun Crowned. Scheming symmetry in our opening hand is not great. We have 2 lands, we have a ramp spell, scry in the Inquisitive Puppet, but we can do better than that. No black source on this one, but we have the Archway and a Signet, so we could do Mountain, Signet into Crucias, and then have the Archway opened later. So this is a play land. We drew Prismatic Vista, which is also a black source, which is amazing. So we are doing very well now. The rumors don't really do anything, and Slick Show-Off is fine, but we will need to turn one of those cards into a 3-drop so that we can cycle that for Bolas' Citadel. Here we get the black source just to be super sure we don't get disrupted in any way. We play the Signet to be ready for next turn, and we use the rumors because we have the mana open. Right. Opponent gets their commander out. They have a life-linking creature. They hit us for 2. And we crack on with our plan. We get Crucias out, we get our ramp land out, and we try to swap one of those cards for a 3-drop. Berkey, that's fine. Berkey is one of the better cards we can hit off of Bolas' Citadel, but any 3-drop will be good here. Opponent gets another creature out. Here we have a choice between playing Berkey and delaying our plan, or playing out everything else and getting to Bolas' Citadel. Our main goal should be to always get to Bolas' Citadel first, so we do that. And here we drop Berkey, swap it for Ambitious, and we get the Citadel. So we are looking at 7 mana next turn. So that will leave us with Bolas' Citadel plus 1 treasure open. Opponent is going to have hit us quite hard here. They have 3 creatures that they can attack us with, 1 lifelinker, and of course Heliod. They don't have enough mana to activate its ability though, so we should be in a decent place here. Of course, opponent gaining all this life is somewhat worrisome, as we can reasonably do between 20 to 30 damage a turn after we sacrifice 2 Bolas' Citadel ability. Opponent has a swords, which is fine. We don't, as long as we block and don't take all this damage, we are okay. We do get hit by the angel, but that doesn't really hinder our plan significantly. We drew a land, which is fine, means one fewer land in our deck, and we get a Blood Artist on a stick. Creature. Of course, we want creatures. Hitting the fetch land here is amazing because we can crack it when we see the next land. We rebirth the Scorpion in case we get to sacrifice it somehow and get it back. Speaking of, we hit the Altar of Dementia, yet another ability for us to change the top card of our deck. Gamble here, we don't have too much mana open. We only have two. We have the fetch land and a treasure. So we don't want to be getting Mayhem Devil or anything here. Plus, if we discard it to gamble, that would be a nightmare. So we instead get the Scheming Symmetry, and we get lucky. It stays in our hand, and we have Grapeshot on the top of our library, which is insanely good. We could have waited. We could have played the Scheming Symmetry first, but because it shuffles our library, it's nice to play the gamble now. Otherwise, we of course wouldn't get it. And we point everything at our opponent. We had a fairly decent storm count right there. So there is a lot of damage to the dome. Basically, I'm doing all the life gain our opponent did before. So now that they are at 18, we are very comfortable. We can do 20 damage with Mayhem Devil and Bolas Citadel, and we are guaranteed to get to this through the Scheming Symmetry. We find Mayhem Devil, put it on the top of our library. Our opponent is really thinking about this, but it doesn't matter. They don't know that they are dead already. We play out the Mayhem Devil, and we sacrifice 10 permanents. You will get 4 triggers for Blood Artist, and 10 triggers for the Mayhem Devil, and 10 damage from Bolas Citadel. And because we also sacrifice the blood, we get 1 extra point of life drain from the Sanguine Blood. Again, no need to be fancy here. We could point some of the extra damage to any of the opponent's creatures, but there is no reason to do that. And we have 10 damage to spare here. Victory.